Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Wood Chip Woodworking. Today we're going to finish up a project that I've been working on, the wavy flags. I apologize for the video that I just put out. My camera died right in kind of the middle of it, which was a good stopping part because I finished up staining these and got everything stained, and that's about where the camera died. And so now we're going to put it together. So I'm going to finish this video off. I'm going to show you the final touches of this here. So we're going to take these parts here and we're going to get started and we're going to put it together. So hang tight and we'll get set up and we'll get started on that part of it and finish this flag off. All right, so right now we got our pieces here. What I found was put the razor blades in to pull them out without tearing up my stain. I just score it on both sides of the razor blade and then wiggle it back and forth and it comes right out just like that. So I'm going to set my pieces up here. I'll do this real quick. While I'm doing that, I guess I should say do a little housekeeping and say, you know, please like, share, subscribe, and let's get the channel to grow as the normal thought process is as we do that. Like I said, I apologize for kind of a abrupt stop to the last video on the flag. But as you can tell, it's coming along nicely. I'm really liking the looks of this flag. It really looks nice. So let's finish this flag off and we'll go from there and see what we got. The pieces go together and I'll show you how I put them together. I glue them and put some screws in it. So I'll show you that in a second, and then once we get it together, we'll put our stars on and then polyurethane it, and then the flag will be done. So hang tight. All right, so welcome back. What we're going to do first here is we're going to lay our pieces out and get our order correct on that. Each one of them is numbered. So this is number 11. So 11, 12, and it's going to have to go this way. So 12, 13, there's 10, 9, 8, there's 3, 4, 7, that must be that would go there, and then this is 1, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so as you can tell, they're not perfect. So what I need to do is get these straight. So I'm going to move them over to here. So that one goes there to there. I got them on the wrong way here. Yeah, it's starting to make more sense now. Yeah, that's better. All right. So for whatever reason, I don't know why it always ends up being that way, but I always start out with 13 being at the top. And I got a little bit of fuzzies here. Clean that off and make it easier to glue together. All right, so I take my 13, which is this one, and it's the one that's got painted on the top, so that's going to be my top piece. And then this is 11, or 12 rather. Make sure, yep, 12. And that will go on top of there. So take my glue and put a bead of glue on it, as the bearded Viking would say, a little dab of glue, and put it on there. And put a little bit more over here. And then I'm going to use my God-given spreader, spread my glue out. And these are just recycled 2x4s from, I don't know what all they came from, but I didn't go out and buy them, so they're not perfect, which is fine. And I put this piece on top of there, lay it flat. I push it up against my board over there, and I get my clamps out. This just helps hold them together. And try to keep this end as flush as possible. Like that. Bring it out to my edge, a couple screws, and we'll put some screws in it. I put screws in mine. Some people will use nails, finish nails and all that. I just put screws in them. I don't know. I just want the screw to be flush there. Put 2 screws in it right here. And I'm going to put one in the center because this is the top board and I don't want that coming loose. So I'm going to put one screw right here. You want to be careful not to split the wood. And these are like 2.5-inch screws, so they go in about halfway on the board. So and I just want to get them flush. Take my clamps off and repeat the process. So it's rinse and repeat. That's what it amounts to. So a little dab of glue. And the thing when you're using screws is you want to make sure the screws are just below the surface because you don't want them sticking up, because that'll prevent the next piece from being flush. So you just want to spread it out like that. Next piece is on. This one here. And if you remember back when I cut these edges, they're flat. That helps keep these flat and flush here. And put our screws in here. Put my clamp over my screw hole. There we are. And I squeeze pretty hard to keep them tight. And then put my screws in. Alrighty. All right. Rinse and repeat. That's where we're at. Oh, the other one is, hang on one second. Let me get my rag. When you're doing this, a lot of times I'll take and get a wet rag, and I'll take and wipe the glue off as I go to make sure it doesn't smear and stay on the wood. So I take a wet rag and I just wipe a little excess glue that's squeezed out. That keeps the piece clean, and we go from there. So, like I said, rinse and repeat. I'll continue to put all this together, and I'll bring you back once we're done with it. So, hang tight. Well, welcome back. Put my last piece on, and I remembered my neighbor gave me this fancy little glue spreader deal. Works out pretty well. So I decided I'd try it out and use it on this, and it works pretty well, believe it or not. So got my last piece here. Screw this on it, and then we'll be ready to move on to our next stop. So this is these flags are kind of a time-consuming project, but I enjoy building them. They're fun to do, and they use a lot of 2x4s, which I got a lot of these from scrap pieces from work. So it's good use of them. And these bar clamps come in pretty handy doing this. Get everything nice and tight and holds it in place till I get it screwed. So works out pretty well. Like I said, I use screws rather than nails. Probably would get away with nails, but I just think it works out real well there. So biggest thing is you worry about is splitting the wood out when you're doing this, but you know, that's part of life. There. And that, my friends, is our flag. So we'll wipe her down here, show you what I got, and then we'll get the stars and start putting the stars on this. So far, there's what we have so far. Looks pretty good. All right, so let's get my little glue thing out of the way, and we'll take and put some stars on it, get started on that, and then go from there. So let me get rid of my clamps, put them away. Kind of a habit I'm trying to get back into is putting my tools away after I'm done with them, so that their clutter is not there, and it works out pretty well that way. So get rid of these, and then we'll get started putting our stars on. So the stars basically came from Amazon, and the same thing with this pattern. laid out. So basically to do this, I'll have to fix that. Got a piece that just come off the back side. I'll fix that in a minute. But I'm going to lay the stars out on it. I just lay my pattern out. And one of the things you want to make sure is the stars are pointing up. You don't want to have them pointing down. And I got this white marking pen. It works great for, I just put a dot in each one of the stars. Works great for that. So I just line up my union and start in one corner and just put a dot about in the center of each star. Some people will take and they'll spend the time carving them in. I have not had much luck with them looking right after I do that. And I don't know, maybe I just don't have enough practice in doing it. I find this method easier, gluing the stars on, and I'll show you kind of what I've got. It's hard to trace this pattern when you got a wave like this. Flat. Make sure I got them all. Looks like it. All right, so there's my pattern. Set that off to the side. And my stars. I got these stars here. Like I said, they come in different sizes. And that's what it is. So I just kind of turn my flag around this way. Turn my flag like that. And then I take a piece of newspaper, lay that down there. I got my CA glue and some activator. Got my chair. And we'll sit down and we'll start putting stars on. So I'll show you what I do here. So I just take my bag of stars and I've painted one side white and then I paint the other side. So let's get you down here closer so you can see kind of what I'm doing. All right. All right, so basically I just, the white's dots. I'm going to start from this side and work my way up. And I just basically take a little CA glue. This is thick CA glue by Star Bond. Good stuff. Just kind of put a circle around the white with the CA glue. It doesn't take a whole lot. Like that. Then I take, and I got 6 stars, so I took 6 stars face down. And then I take my activator and I spray them with a little activator. And then I take each one of the stars and point the point up, lay it in place, maneuver it, and push down. And there it be. The activator makes the CA glue set faster. And many times as I've done this, I think I've only had 1 star come off, which has always been my fear. And usually I can just take it and glue it back on and we move on. Oh, try not to keep them, let them stick to your finger. And that is the first row of stars right there. All right. So that's kind of all there is to that. I'll continue to do the rest of the stars, and then when we're done, we'll go over and put a coat of finish on it, and we'll finish up here shortly. So hang tight. All right, well, we got her finished. Got all our stars on. It looks good. I think it's time for a coat of polyurethane. So let's go over where I do my finishing, and let's get set up and put a coat of polyurethane on it. So let's go. All right, well, let's put a coat of polyurethane on this. So basically, I just take we'll put a coat of polyurethane on it. It's a water-based poly by Minwax. I like it. It's good stuff. So this is the stuff we're using. And as soon as I find my opener and my brush, we'll get started. All right, so we got our stuff here. We're going to get started and put a coat on it. I never really put anything on the back side. I always do it on the front and leave it at that. So, but I do the edges. So I always do the edges first and then go from there. So I always put it on pretty sparingly. I don't know. I'll do this probably, I don't know, 3-4 coats of it. And then let it set for a couple days. You know, and then go from there. But it does make a huge difference in it. I don't know. But anyway, this is kind of the finishing touches of this project. And I'll show you, once this dries, I'll show you the outcome of it. Like I said, I put it on pretty sparingly, or pretty gingerly, I guess I should say, generous. Put a good coat on it, because it's going to suck into the wood pretty good. And I like to give it a good coat. So, I guess you really probably don't want to sit there and watch me do this. So I'll finish this up and then we'll be right back. All right, so welcome back. Here's our finished product. I think it looks good. This is it right here. As you can tell, it's wavy. You can look at it. So this is a pretty good flag right here. I love it. Nice flag. I'll put some hangers on the back for it to hang it up, and we'll be all set. So hope you enjoyed this video. Finish up from the first one. Like I said, these are fun to build. I enjoyed them, giving them away. I've given a few of them away to some veterans that I know. They appreciate them. I'm looking to do maybe some military logos instead of the stars here. I haven't really kind of got that idea planned out yet, but I'm going to continue to work on that and see what I come up with. But this has been a fun project. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to share, like, subscribe, send me some emails, comment below. If you got any questions on how I did it, please don't hesitate to ask. This is not the only way to build these. It's just the way that I like to build them, and the easiest way I found. Like I said, some people will cut these stars out with a Dremel. What I find is they don't look as good when I get done. Maybe I'm my worst critic. I don't know, but enjoy the video. Hope you'll learn something from it. You know, again, feel free, share, subscribe, and like. And just as a something I learned was to see if people really watch to the end of the video to see the final project. One of the guys uses a keyword. You know, he comes up with a keyword and put a comment section, and what that keyword, it tells me that you've watched the video clear to the end. So I'm going to say stars and stripes. Use that as a keyword when you put a comment in. Just put stars and stripes, and that'll tell me that you've watched clear to the end. With that, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for enjoying it. Feel free to make some sawdust and enjoy yourselves. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.